This man discovered that an expensive custom-made urn for a client had been completely covered in doodles by a little girl. Staring at the box in disbelief, he could hardly believe what he was seeing. Even worse, there was no time left to make a new one. With no other choice, he nervously delivered the urn to the client. To his surprise, instead of getting angry, the client bowed and thanked him. It turned out the client's daughter had loved drawing more than anything. As a way of expressing his gratitude, the client even paid the man extra before leaving. The man stood there frozen. He never expected that the girl he had taken in out of kindness would end up helping him so much. The girl had originally lived with her grandmother, but one day, her grandmother never woke up again. The girl sat quietly in the corner, staring at her grandmother, until her uncle arrived with several people. Only then did she vaguely realize that her grandmother was gone. The man, who worked as a mortician, was preparing her grandmother's body. Watching this, the girl desperately tried to stop him. She refused to believe her grandmother had died. Her uncle dragged her into another room. Not long after, they placed her grandmother into a large wooden coffin. As the coffin was carried farther and farther away, the girl panicked and chased after it, but she still couldn't stop the departing vehicle. She quickly memorized the license plate number with her watch, and using that single clue, she managed to find the man who had taken her grandmother away. She asked him where her grandmother was, but before he could answer, her uncle arrived and took her back home. That night, however, the girl secretly ran away again. Her uncle wanted to leave the city with her, but the girl clung tightly to a table and refused to let go. There was only one thought in her mind. She had to find her grandmother. With no other option, her uncle entrusted her to the man. One day, while the man was taking the girl along for work, she saw people carrying out a large wooden coffin. Thinking her grandmother was inside, she immediately rushed into someone else's memorial service. But the person lying there wasn't her grandmother at all. Because of the disturbance she caused, the man was forced to pay a huge fine. Furious, he pointed toward a distant chimney and bluntly told the girl the truth. Her grandmother had already been cremated, and would never come back again. That night, the man realized the girl had disappeared. He hurried outside to search for her, only to find her sitting alone in the cold, listening to old voice recordings of her grandmother. At that moment, he regretted the harsh way he had told her the truth earlier that day. Soon after, the uncle returned. The man dropped the girl off and prepared to leave, thinking their lives would never cross again. But then he overheard the uncle's wife coldly calling the girl a burden. Those heartless words filled him with anger. He rushed back inside and asked the girl if she wanted to come with him. Looking into the man's eyes, the girl felt as though she saw her grandmother once again. And just like that, she found a home again.